All right, we're back on Thursday. What's going on, everybody? Boy, oh boy, you know, quite a day already. Big shout out. What's going on, chat? Welcome back. Thursday, I guess you can call it. Great to see everybody. Let's give away a gold membership. Who was the first person? Hey, ROC, you win the gold for today. Every Thursday is giveaway Thursday, folks. Give you 30 days into the gold membership so you can check out what we do as a premium member. You know, there's the gold members page and then all the videos and everything there. So, of course, everything starts as a basic member and you get set up. Everyone, a lot of questions recently about the software. I mean, still, and I think it's great because people are continuing to find us and find the software. So welcome new people and our regulars. You guys are great too. We've got a great community. But you have to get set up with the free trial to TradingView by sending your full name and TradingView username to hpc@sr-analyst.com. And then one of the other ones, people are looking to buy the packages or get into the desktop platform. There's much more power in those, including automated alerts and a lot of sophisticated tools. Check out all of those free, okay? And then finally, don't forget, we added about literally 30 hours or more of webinars to the free library. You guys know where it's all at, so get on there. And then finally, join the Discord. You have any questions, reach out to me at harmonictrader@gmail.com. Great to see everybody in the chat. Quite a day. Let me show you guys what I've been thinking. Even this morning, some of my earlier posts here. My first few posts this morning. I haven't done much. I really haven't taken too many positions. I'm continuing to look for longs on pullback or shorts on pops and the SQs, SQQQ. Real nice move this morning. That was my first one today. And then we had this right at 9:45. Amazing deep crab on the Qs this morning, that 371.85, and then we just crushed. It got crushed. Looks like that. There it is. It's an official type 1. This is for today, kind of like a midday dot, folks, coming in here. Beautiful type 1 reaction, but that's probably it for now. And I even talked about that in the Discord this morning, 365.75. That was it. Also, nothing like a 2030x 0 DTE. This is why we will do the 0 DTE seminar September 14th. All right, 0 DTEs this morning on the 369 put, traded for a nickel and then rallied an amazing 50x. Okay, really, I'm not saying you catch it. You can catch 10x. 5x, 10x is not crazy. That's why we do 0 DTEs. So just be aware, that's what we'll do September 14th. Okay? You have any more questions, connect with me or get on the Discord. Let's just take a quick look at what we got here for the midday. And, you know, if you're scoring at home or home alone scoring, you should be expecting this type 2 for today. Are we going to get something bigger into Friday or to tomorrow? Let's consider it. I would be looking for that. I don't think, it depends on where confirmation comes in. But just so you know, QQQ 368, 369 is big resistance right now. And the other thing that was going on here, I've been mentioning this since last week, is that we printed some HSI. We had patterns down here last week, but check it out. Better on the hourly because we got the dot right at 369.55. That was one of the signals for today. The type 1 reaction off of that overextended low was done. And I'm going to look for a full retracement to complete the type 2 back at 361. Check out HSI. Already oversold, but as I've been saying, this stuff, once you get in there, can take some time. I'm looking for that return. I don't know about you folks, how everyone's feeling. How are you feeling today? Give me a shout out here in the chat. Hit the like. Subscribe to get the notices. We are here Tuesday and Thursday, 12 noon, but it's the summer, so I'm pretty lax. But, you know, hit the bell, subscribe, get notifications, join, all of that. Great to see everybody. APV, yo, your sip, what's up? Miss Stephanie, Victoria, Red Nose, Sar. Drip Dried Tie-Dye, great to see you back here today. JT, Swoop, Hawk, everybody, Susanator. Great to see everybody. Evan, what's up, my man? You know, we'll get into crypto briefly. Excellent. You know, I think, look, hasn't been an easy month. Last 2 days or since that Friday low. Let's take a quick look because we addressed this last week, looking for this thing to kind of come down in bunches, and I really traced it out like the following way of stair-stepping our way down, and we still are. That doesn't change. The stair-step continues. It's, what did we do the highlight? Let me see here. Here we go. Where'd it go? It was kind of like this. You know, I was just saying 363 first stop, then 354, like that, and then eventually we get down to 336 to complete the type 1. I have to think that's probably setting up for some kind of October phenomenon. It really feels like we're coming in here and it's absolutely just an October phenomenon developing that will look scary. So I want to prepare you guys. We've been really on this since the end of July, early August of the pause and confirmation and yellow dot. And look what it did right after yellow dot. Okay, look, trading, 80% of trading is levels. I don't care how you derive it. I don't care what you look at. Your levels have to work. And then the execution of those levels, that's where people like Mark Douglas come in and really are helpful and give us a lot of insight on how to convert the levels to trades. And that's our job. So for today, again, let's take a look at what happens with this big reversal candle today. If we're going to get something that's a bigger short opportunity, again, it's always a type 2 retest. It's always the one, HSI to HSI, back down for 2. And I'll be looking at that probably around 3 o'clock today. We've been having a lot of last hour action, and I would just frame it out like that. This might not completely materialize today. It might take into tomorrow, but there's been strong reactive behavior really in the last several weeks. Yeah, I hear you. I hear you, Carthago. Carthago's like saying he's ready to get out. You know, I just think there's some things going on that haven't gone on in a long time. And yeah, you know, I really feel like we need to be respectful of the harmonic pattern framework. If in doubt, okay, just stay out. Just pace yourself. I last maybe 2 weeks, I find myself chilling quite a bit. So take that for what it's worth. You know, favoring the sell side. I did not participate in the last 2 days of up action. We had a couple of patterns, but I think the longer term is just coming in here and really the long-term trend until we resolve this type 1. We got a lot of work to do. Here's the SPY. Okay, a lot to go with on the SPY. There's regular hours. Here's the extended session. And there you go. Alternate bat right now at 440. But what happened this morning was a 5-minute deep crab. Now we're back-to-back patterns. So even if we're trading, you're looking for an opportunity today, well, look at 440 as critical support. I have a problem with it, though. All right, there's a yellow dot all the way down here. First place to look at if you're looking for either to get out of the short, especially 0 DTEs, or some kind of confirmation off that pattern for a long, but no 3-bar reversal. Your 3-bar reversal comes here, and then we run right into a counter HSI signal. It's bearish action. It's not, you know, this is a strong reversal this morning. You're already a 6-point reversal. Okay, 1.5% off the top. So let's keep an eye on this stuff. Like I said, this is all about, and we've said this for weeks, if not almost 6 weeks now, it's all about resolving this type 1 crab to get us back down to 420. Everybody chuckle. 419.99. We can round it up. 420. Jackson Hole, that A. Powell speech tomorrow. Yeah, those guys. What's up, Cactus? Exactly. Look, probably the only thing you need to look at before I move into that top 5 tech is what's going on with bonds. 2-year, 10-year. I know most people don't follow bonds. As harmonic pattern people, we need to, because look, big bat pattern. Okay, but the problem with this bat pattern, we treat it the same way no matter what. There's completion, reaction down, and then counter HSI. Counter HSI that says more consolidation, if not push it higher. So a few days ago, I talked about this of getting HSI bearish confirmation. We need a dot. We need a dot on here. So, and you need one more bearish candle before we could even anticipate this to go into a type 1 reaction, which, take a look. I mean, we topped out really. Okay, the market really topped out early July, which corresponds with these high rates. Now, the peak in the rate, and then, we've kind of been consolidating here and then moving higher as the market's giving back. If we're watching this as a bigger indicator of some kind of turnaround in the market, it has more work to do, just like stocks, the indices on the other side. So patience, folks. Patience. I'll show you. Let me show you one other one. Look, I do think these are high levels here. Okay, I do think I want to respect the patterns here with what we have. Where is that? Hold on. No, it's TLT I want to look at bond-wise, because you got some bearish patterns up there. You've got some bullish patterns on the downside in terms of TLT. Okay, as rates go up, the price of the TLT, which is the 20-year Treasury bond ETF, goes down. But we do have confirmation that triggered 2 days ago. All this down around 92. I think it's early, but it's got my attention because you got the dot, you got a 3-bar breakout yesterday. Okay, we're looking for some kind of turning point in rates. It's early though. Worst thing we can do is be early. Really, that's where drawdown comes in. Yeah, Carthago, I don't disagree. He's like, pack it up. 10-year goes to 5%, unless we're topping out here. I gotta think that there's a lot of people that would be very happy to take 5% tax-free, and then just wait till next year, and then position for next year. So, just kind of a thought. As I mentioned this before, like NASDAQ 100 was up 45% from low to high, and then it's now backing off. But why not just cover that, cover those longs, sit into a 5% yield for the next 6 months? There's a lot going on here. I think a lot of things that are going on for you younger folks who have been through nothing but zero rates, that I don't know if you've really been through a true cycle, a true rate cycle. Because remember, even at 5%, these rates are historically low. When you get to 7 or 8, okay. Yeah, I mean, 6% is the long-term average. Think about that. We still have some ways to go. And then harmonics, which is what we always fall back on. The framework telling us we're in a reactive pause. So stick with it. Longer term tips, TLT, sorry. Think about it this way too on the TLT, because the TLT has only been around about 20 years. Relatively new invention from our good old government, good old printers at the Fed Reserve. More paper for us all. At this point, we got the crab, we've got some things, but at this point, why isn't it a full cycle 886 reset, which is, really close, pretty much right at the low where we are around 92. to do a 382. This is early, but this is big stuff. Big stuff for what we do. And again, all about levels. But it could be something like that and then later. Big things happening here. 10 to 15% someday on yields. Who knows? We've been there before. We've been there before. And you know what? As long as U.S. government is going to spend like it is, that's what's driving inflation. And until those larger spending dynamics change, yeah, there's no way. There's no way the Fed is going to be able to really get down to 2% like they want to. So patience, patience. It's not an easy environment. Let's take a look at the top 10, and today, just because it's of the news, let's look at NVIDIA. What's up here? You know, how do you look at a chart like that other than my arrows already pointing down? What do you do with something like that, folks? Certainly don't chase it, but let's measure it. What's going on here? This has been something I've said for a while, ever since the initial breakout a few months ago. We go do the 1618. How's everyone doing on that 1618? 1618 is like 492. Yeah, 490, 492, something like that. Up there. Do we go into can't get it. Like a 382? Is that crazy? And then go? No, it's not crazy. Why? Well, by definition, the 1618, you see it repeat in nature all the time as a maximum limit of it basically going as far as it can within that time direction. HSI, check that out. A big fat red candle would put that out of the zone. So certainly no longs. The other thing we're looking for on NVIDIA, I've been looking for a while, is this bat pattern, a high-level bat pattern. We have yet to see a type 2 on that. But again, this is where your understanding of the framework, understanding of harmonic metrics are going to serve you well. That what's the chance that we would come back to 410? It was an explosive move, but extremely reactive. 410 is where I'm looking for NVIDIA. Yes, lost your gun. NVIDIA is a monthly ABCD. Great point. And it looks like this, and we mentioned that. All-time ABCD, essentially. I mean, we maybe not. Yeah, here you go. We can do the all-time. Just go off the low. I mean, go off of $1 or whatever, you know. A to B, C to D at pretty much a perfect all-time 618. And then you go to the 1618. That's just remarkable. All of that ABCD stuff. There's a lot there, and it's certainly not a spot where we start longing here. And this is also going to challenge your discipline. Okay? Can we stay out of that? Can you not FOMO into that? That's like Bitcoin at 65,000, I think, in my opinion. Here's Microsoft. Look, big development, big stuff going on here. Microsoft too. This is a 113 failure. Could not break out. You're going to have your second monthly candle in a row, bearish candle. It's not what you want to see. And not to mention, look, today's it's a nasty candle today. And we close. If we just close right where we are right now, okay, bearish engulfing continuation. We're still looking for 308. That doesn't change, despite we had this really massive hop. You know, it bumped up from 310 all the way to 330. Now done. Let the longer term thing come in here and get you. Get you. 308. This is number 2. Number 3. Let's go Apple. And let's keep riding. Apple's probably worse with today's down move, but look, a couple of yellow dots here. What we're looking for is 170. I'd feel a lot better about this if we did hit 170, did not. So again, not a heck of a lot to long off of here. There were some like 4-hour, what was it? Yeah, 4-hour crab down here, right at the hop at around 174. I mean, we got really close. We were within like 2 points of that daily target, but nothing for me yet. In fact, look at the, I mean, this is obvious. And again, Harmonic Strength Index, that's a proprietary indicator with the software. Just think of it as a harmonic RSI with a whole lot going on to it. But you can see it in the HSI arrows. Bearish, bearish, bearish again. Those are signals. Those are warning signs. Just relax, chill. We'll get another opportunity, but it's going to be lower, and I still think give me 170 down here on Apple. Yeah, HSI on the monthly is in on Apple. And this is why you folks are here. Okay, we are trying to lay over the harmonic pattern framework with our harmonic metrics to uncover, unlock, identify the natural limits of any move. For Apple, you're there now. Okay, I would just cautiously, on a longer term basis with Apple, just bide my time. From a trading perspective, I want to see that down at 370 before I even consider it. Oh, wait a minute. I meant to show this. Where are we? Hold on. I do have a play for tomorrow. All right, here we go. For the QQQ, folks, before I get any further, look, let's look into tomorrow. We're looking for continuation into tomorrow. Here's an HSI dot, some yellow, sorry, some bullish patterns down here. That's the 360s for tomorrow specifically, which we fall apart this afternoon. We got issues. SPY's off 30 after being up 25. QQQ was up 3. Now it's down 5. That's not a good setup for Fridays. So looking down here, hop level around 56 cents. That's the 360. So let's see if we can get something like that. The 363s. That's what I said this morning. Even that's following type 1, type 2, where despite the crazy collapse 5-cent move, you still managed to go type 1. HSI, now let's get a type 2. Back to retest, and then that's the bigger move. All right, plenty of time. We will discuss these in the seminar on the 14th. So how do you get with that? You either subscribe, you purchase the software, subscribe to the software, and connect with us. I'll probably do a preview next week. Yep. Hey, Reclaw Mind is asking, how do we determine that confirmation? It really depends on where we are. Okay, but when we're looking at pattern completion, what we really want to see is a yellow dot linking up with the zone. Okay, here's daily. There's the daily pattern, and look, maybe not the best example. I think there's better examples, but look, pattern completion on Apple on the daily. We've been looking at that for a while. You had a yellow dot here, and then we ran into a bullish HSI. So that's a tricky scenario because normally I would say, all right, that's going to take more time. It did, but didn't give us another confirmation. But generally, we're looking for pattern confirmation as defined by the sun icon, a yellow dot, and then it goes, and that's all within like that 30 bar window. I mean, we had probably a more ideal scenario back here last year when we did the type 2 for Apple and the deep crab at 130. And, go back to December, what we were talking about, because a lot of that was popping up, retesting patterns, and gave us a clear yellow dot. Yet it still took several days before that thing did its thing, before that really moved out of the way. So, by the way, let's give away a gold membership. Next person to type in GOLD, you'll get 30 days, and that will enable you to also attend the option seminar. Shirley, man, you must have some fast internet. There you go, gold. Nice. You win. Shirley, you got to contact Miss Stephanie, please, over on Discord, and she will set you up. Let's do one more. We'll give away one more towards the end. I'll tell you what, I'll give away a book and a gold membership as we wrap up. I'll go another 15 minutes or so. You guys hang in. Shirley, I don't know how you did that, but either you anticipated me or whatever, but you were first. Couple more, folks. Let's get into it. Yeah, here's that SQQQ trade. Perfect, right up there at type 2 at above 1963, which was target 2. But that's almost done, I think, for today. Keep an eye on that. A lot going on. I mean, really, the takeaways right now in this environment, okay, hold nothing. Hold nothing. You're trading. You're doing a lot of trading right now. You're in and out same day, most likely, on a lot of things. Not a heck of a lot of long positions to really be gleaning at the moment, and expect more chop. We get down to test our levels, then maybe the environment changes. Nice, Pete. Yeah, don't call me Shirley, but I will call Shirley because she's the winner. Couple more. Let's continue. Let's round out that top 5 tech. You know the deal on Apple. The other one, Meta. A lot of action intraday on Meta. Find it pretty interesting that we're trying to print a yellow dot on the daily. What's our 5 minutes say? We had some crab patterns up there recently. Looked kind of difficult, even on the 4 hour. Take a look. Here's my problem with it. We're really challenging this uptrend with another pattern. So all of that, as a type 1 right off the top, I would not consider that a real confirmed structure until we get down to get down for the type 2. It's really impulsive. Look at that. Really impulsive. I mean, it's tough to trade that, but you are dot to dot. And look how quick we went from bullish dot to bearish dot. So I would think back down to 275 before that wants to do anything big. And then Netflix is basically exemplifying everything I'm talking about. It's kind of frustrating. Like 2 days ago, or 3 days ago, on Monday, it was popping hard. I was looking at it like, what the heck? But then we see, it really is just beautiful type 1 reaction, but does not get through type 2. We did have a dot down there last week at around 405. And I've been saying Netflix will likely stay range bound between 410 and 465. Probably now that 435 is a better place to look. And it just is a slamming, amazing type 1, and then all the way back down type 2. I think when you're doing trade management, normally a yellow dot would be preferred, but when you're in trade management, especially off a type 1 move, and you see an HSI between target 1, target 2, look, that's like a next level confirmation where time to pull it. Time to just say, all right, reactive, no follow through above target 2. And you had the better part of 16 hours to make that assessment. But right back down, and I think Netflix is due. Check it out. Nowhere, no confirmation here. So this next retest needs time. Not to mention, Netflix is one of the better, more ideal situations in terms of patterns, begging to get back to its target 1. There you go. Incredible hop level. This was a tricky execution. We talked about this, but the retest at 437 was not. And look at how we outlined 437.58 to be exact in the last 2 weeks or so, and still lower 387 on Netflix. I know we've got a couple of yellow dots, and that speaks to more of the sideways consolidation, but structurally, we know that these movements, the patterns, they've got to do their thing. They've got to come in and do their correction, reaction, retest, set it up, and then come back for the type 2. That's what's going on here. For the new folks, let me show you this really quick. New folks, what you want to do is get over to the basic members. To learn about this framework, check out the library. And I'm going to say the Harmonic Pattern Collection course, probably part 3. I think it's down here a little bit. There's part 2 is great, and part 3 are the ones to really take a look at. And then get volume 3, and all the foundation material is there. Learn the framework, because that's what's going on here. It's not easy to pick it out if you don't know what to look for. All right. Let's do a couple more. Amazon, Google, same deal. They're holding up, but I just think those two are in a big type 1, like the rest of them. And we have patterns. There's Amazon. And with today's, bearish close today on Amazon should set us off back down to 119.87. Okay, no long position here yet. Still in a type 1 reaction. We're resolving everything from March to July, right into earnings. And they're selling news. That's it. It's one of the fundamental rules of the market. Sell the news. NVIDIA exemplifies that. And NVIDIA is super strong, super long term. But we need to get it on a retracement. Meta's same deal, Amazon, and then finally Google. Another one that big patterns back to back to back just keep popping up. But here we are hitting some top end stuff. Yesterday we retested this dot around 132, 133. And like Amazon, give me 115, and then we would go. That would then set up something where retracement over. Okay, and let's rock into next year like that. We're not there yet. Okay, big stuff to consider. We'll get opportunities, but need a little time. Few more. Well, speaking about 1-2, what's this? Let me see here. Oh, that's just a little ABCD. Let's come back to that. One or two things, other things. Let's look at Nike. So 3 ideas for me around 107. Okay, we're now 98. I started looking at this, actually 105, because it retests the bat. And there's my arrow from last time, looking at yellow dot. Why did that give me a dot when it was a bearish candle? I will have to look at that. Something's not right there. Nike right at the hop level instead. And down 10 days in a row, pretty nasty. But I'll watch 97.50. Really like 105 is the big number. Maybe this is just an overshoot, but if we fail, you got issues because, again, our confirmation is expanding. Deep oversold, so we do nothing until that comes out. That's another sign a larger development is unfolding. Not easy. Not easy to spot that. We have to really kind of hone in on that kind of coordination, get the confirmation, and then go, but not yet. We've had a few of those that when they get to those levels, they just straight on bypass, or they don't give you confirmation, so you do nothing. I also mentioned last time just kind of a couple of specific big name things like AMD. Folks, that's a massive bearish engulfing today. Bearish engulfing continuation. And I still say we got target ones down here at $87 on AMD. So thing we want to consider, just keep waiting for these 5-minute HSIs and hit them. We had a couple in the pre-market, deep crab, and right, 112. That was 112 yesterday. And now not only are we below yesterday's lows, but we just popped another bearish HSI. I don't like this for the afternoon if you're trying to be bullish here. In fact, I do think by tomorrow, the Qs could try to go to 360. It's target 2. Take a look at what's going on right now. QQQ on the 5-minute. Just printed a HSI bearish. Nothing but, nothing here bullish. In fact, you had a crab pattern right up the top. You're 364. Again, go to regular hours, trading hours, just to look at that structural pattern. 360.29. 360.29 is a possibility. And literally 20 minutes ago, we generated that continuation HSI down signal. Hopefully I'm being clear enough for everyone about where the opportunities are. Always being realistic too. One or two more. Who's got that? CJ, what's up? CCL, Carnival Cruise. I like it, but I'm looking for the retest. Carnival Cruise. Nice day trading stock, actually. But longer term, like a lot of them, resolving the early year pop with a pattern right off the top. Target one is 1442 off that crab pattern. So not yet. Not yet on that. We have not resolved or digested enough of this year's gains to set up the next level. Just be aware of that. Some of them are retesting big numbers, but I still think we need more time before we get confirmation that the last chart, pretty clear. What about Carnival Cruise? Actually, got double confirmation there. It's getting close, but I would think structurally 1442 first. Couple more. Grace Foundation. What's up, Grace? Marvel. Yeah, you know what? I did notice that. Like the rest of them. One sec. Great, thank you. I'm not liking the lack of follow through on Marvel. Take a look at this. Marvel It's part of one. It's part of these like there was that second tier of tech that had big patterns, and a lot of them did a type one. And now Marvel, and there's a bunch of them. We saw Wolf Speed, Square, Shopify, a few others are going to go into the type two, and that's just to show you some of the ones that this will follow. That's like Wolf Speed before the Wolf Speed move. Check out Wolf Speed. Real nice type 1, type 2 behavior here. Yeah, almost perfect type 2. Didn't get quite 72, but got rejected. Here's Square, folks. Has my attention for the first time, but very early. Very early. Here's a type 2 bat pattern. No dot. And like the rest of them, really strong. Right there's the bat initial completion. Target 1 up. Back down target 2. We have a dot. We have an HSI check back. What do you need here? Literally, you need one more bullish day to get the dot. But you still got time. We're in that slight window where we could easily dip down 50 to 55 area as we consolidate. So plenty of time here. Plenty. One or two more. Yeah, let's do Coinbase. We never got anything on that, and it's all the way back down. What was it, 75 or 80? 75. Strong reaction off of that. We had a dot all the way up there. Now you're trying to do something. I'll look at that next week. Where's the 4 hour? Yeah. Overextended. Big overextended. Now let's segue over to our crypto. What's going on there? I don't think a lot of you liked what I had to say last time, but it is what it is. And I'm not going to spend a heck of a lot of time. It is. BTC, it was a shark to failed 5.0. And that is basically the outline we were anticipating all along, something like that, and then go off of it. What happened? It failed. It broke it. Now, 25.55 or 25.555. Target 2 off the shark, which is the 886. Trying to hold it. But you need a yellow dot. The same way that we had dots back here in April and May, and you still had some follow through. No reason to get in there yet, even if you were trading it. And again, my concern is for more destruction at a critical area where we should be continuing the segment that started in January. So what is it? Let's figure that out. Is that a busted trend line or just something overreaching? Well, it's pretty clear we can bump stops to that failure, then trigger something larger. And I mentioned this last time with BTC, just so you know, connect the dot kind of a thing. All right, because it does follow. It follows really the harmonic levels so well that let me go to the weekly. Sometimes it's not overwhelmingly clear until it is. And hold on one second. I think we got to get the 25s. Or we got to get the 60s now before this thing really gets out of here. Hold on. Great. This looks like to me that we're really impulsive. And our impulsive move up here is all based off of that last ditch down and you go to exact 1618, that's an impulsive 1618, folks. Again, takes some time to be able to recognize that, but this sets up another shark to 50 on the bigger level. Now, 50% level was almost hit perfectly at 23, but the bigger zone is 618. 618 to 50, at this point, but there's nothing there. Weekly is oversold, but like I've been saying, that could take 3 or 4 weeks until it even turns around. That's what you're looking at. That's what you need to focus on with all of this, because structurally, you don't even have a continuation formation until that is tested. And if something larger is going to break down and develop, so be it. Let it fall. Let it come in. Couple more. Let's run through our top 5 there, and then I'll open it up, kind of finish up with what you guys want to look at. Number 2 is our XRP, and I'll let you guys know when I long this. But if I am not waiting for the type 2, then I'm not doing my job. I'm not fulfilling my life's work, quite frankly. And type 2 is 31 cents. Maybe as low as 37 for starters, but we have to be patient on this one. I really think that it's showing you ideal harmonic behavior, as incredible as it is. Absolute perfect rejection. Another reason why you get the software, because nobody's going to show you levels like this. And we talked about 92.9 for a long time on that. Long time. And now we come back for the full retest. And that was the objective for the pre-Bitcoin halving cycle between now and April anyway, to get the most ideal type 2 weekly scenario with confirmation. And that's down there. That's still trending lower. XRP. Anybody hear any news on that Coinbase futures? Please let me know. I'd appreciate it, because I'm seriously thinking about if that's a decent platform and it's good trading, I'll be looking for shorts down, and especially even stuff like Ethereum, Bitcoin. Maybe I think XRP's been better, but altcoins acting like they want to go to less than 0. Ethereum, okay, nothing really here except for we are oversold on the weekly, but you're weeks away. You are weeks away from generating anything here. Be mindful of that. And some of the other, number 4, let's do Cardano, because really ideal harmonic behavior happening over again. And I talked about why we waited for 28 and then as low as 25. Find this interesting. This is something else that I want to see. Look at that back-to-back patterns. All right, big bearish bat on the daily. And now we just had a bullish bat, but I think you folks know what we're going to say. I need to see confirmation. I don't want anything until I get confirmation here. And we are a type 2 of the crab pattern at 25. Nothing really substantial yet. If anything, I want the 1 and then come back down for the 2. Even on Cardano at this point with that pattern, if we get to 28.76, fine. Then we come back down. It is a type 2 here, off of that crab pattern. But remember, ultimately, I want a yellow dot, and I would almost prefer to see a hop test off that crab, which puts you 20 cents before considering anything. That's 4. So number 5 has been I have changed this list a number of times, but I think in terms of concern or markets that you want to follow closely, here's Binance Coin. Binance Coin, I've said this for a while, even at the breakdown of 240. Very concerned. Extremely concerned. Okay, that the 240 breakdown would lead to something. Now we have a little deep crab here, but I'm more concerned about this weekly phenomenon. Okay, not that. That clearly is not going to shape up in any way. That statically, this is what everyone else is looking at. A static 240 support. You break under 200, which, looked like it was threatening to do. You have issues. And I think an all-time 886 on Binance is begging to happen. So, take that for what it's worth. But I've seen enough in crypto to know that anything that, it hasn't already given us basically a more than a full reset. Like 88.6 is $78, $75 on Binance Coin. Not trying to FUD, make you aware of the level dynamics where we got to suspend the FOMO. Okay, suspend FOMO. Be aware that why wouldn't at this point, with this lackluster action of the past 15, 18 months and breaking down, it's static technical analysis. That why wouldn't we go for the 886? I mean, that we've seen it a few times before, or at least make a good run at it. And that's, that and things like that we've seen, like Doge, and I've mentioned Doge of the speculative potential or lack thereof, and we talked about it going back to 6.5 cents. A whole bunch of things down there, 7 cents, 6.5 cents. After that big push, not big, a little pop and roll, quite frankly. But there you go. You're now parked with levels more like 5 cents. And I don't like this just kind of series of reactions. And I mentioned this last time, react up, roll over, react up, roll over. Not what you want to see if this is going to develop. So be aware of that, please. I would stick with the big crypto. And I'll even show 1 or 2 of the big ones that people always kind of go to or have been citing. Here's that Fetch AI. And Fetch AI did come back for the big test at 17.9, 17 cents, which we said that was where a little retest would go. There you go. There you go. On Coinbase feed, 18 cents. I don't like it because not only have we didn't even get to target 1, but you have a bunch of HSIs. Even the last little reaction generated another bearish HSI. Stay out of the way. That's a beautiful structure. Beautiful pattern. Really think it's a phenomenal structure. But once we get into that level, there's the completion. Now go count your 30 bars. Tell me what it's doing after 30 days. Here we are, 70 days, making your way back into the zone. That's not the kind of constructive behavior that leads to a successful type 1 reaction, at least not yet. I think there's a lot of there's a lot of these S coin, T coin things that are popping and then they go right back over. and go right back down. So don't fall for it. Really, it never seen a market like this that has such a narrative attached to it, and then you get these hype pop and rolls, and they lead to nothing, but they garner a whole bunch of attention. And I'll say it with this one too, Bitcoin Cash, massive reaction, but that's it. Bitcoin Cash would be another one I would look for. If we get those futures, I want to play that one down to 80, back to 90 maybe. Retest the shark. It'll be a pop and roll. I don't know about Komodo coin or Didex. I'll look at that for a second. I mean, I've heard a lot of, but I know what this long-term chart looks like. Here's the long-term chart. There's Didex up. Yeah, up and then back down. Weekly chart, big chart. Not a heck of a lot to go on there. And there's a lot of these, and then you see it on crypto Twitter and stuff. People are saying, oh yeah, this little coin or that little coin gave me 100x in the last 2 months. It's, if you're not there right in front of it, chances are you're not catching it. And here's the other one that I keep frequently citing. Matic, favorite of many people, continuing just to roll lower. I mean, look at that. And I said this a long time ago that 40 cents back in July to hit the hop. And there's a lot of these favorite style crypto that what do? They pop and they roll and they just don't lead to much. So I've said it before, until we get to Bitcoin establishing something here, this will not change. This will not change. Yeah, Dave Digital, Render is the other. We talked about Render, and it failed too. Okay, Render was wrong. I think it was on Binance or Coinbase feed. Let's go Coinbase. It was a couple of things. Yeah, a couple of back-to-back patterns here. We were looking at targeting 170, 175. Yeah, it was off the bat pattern, but never generated confirmation. Never got an HSI confirmation. And floundered down to what? 130 and change. So, another one where let's go to the weekly. And why wouldn't we come back? I just don't have anything to offer crypto bulls with what we need to see. That's, like what Bitcoin did in 2018. And I've mentioned this before, but I think it's, we have to come back to this. You have to come back to the historical precedent. So, and for Bitcoin, where's the pattern? On the weekly, we're connecting dots saying lower, 21, 23 now. Certainly nothing to really get us in there. And then we go to past cycles. This should be a good long chart. Yeah, look, both cycles, 18 and 2020, had massive patterns. And that's like XRP. This reminds me, that double pattern configuration in Bitcoin reminds me of XRP a lot. When XRP, had this, came up and then back down. Same type of deal here. Let's get the type 2. And that's, from a larger perspective, that's what you need to see. And then we just, look, the other thing really to finish up here. Total index. We have a problem, folks. We have a problem in the total index. All of these crypto indices, but total has been an issue for a while because of the breakdown under 1.1 trillion. There you go. Wanting to see this get above and stay above 1.1, and it is daily. Here you go. So, couple of patterns back to back. Yeah, this is the 1.1. Looked like it was going to fail that alternate bat, but nope. And there's a lot of things here under a trillion, maybe even as low as back down to 750 billion. I don't like the way that has set up in the last 2 months. So this is definitely an issue for me that I think everyone is looking at that low. Everyone's looking at that intermediate low right there at 975 billion. And structurally, statically, you fail that. Goodbye. Goodbye. Then the total 3 is the other one that has been the problem all along because we had some patterns down there. It was a type 2 bat pattern and got smashed. And I'm going to stick with this. I'm not going to even think about altcoins again as an opportunity until we get to the hop level at 250 billion. You're 325 at the moment. 250 billion is where you want to see alts, the alt index. And even if I blow this up, look, our last yellow dot's bearish right there. I've said this before. I feel like something's coming. I'm not going to just, I don't want to just make a blanket statement, but this action is ailing, is a good way to say it. It's not doing what it's supposed to do to be a constructive formation to begin anything. And so the likely opportunity that will come between now and halving is lower. It's lower. And I will remain patient until that develops. All right. Tell you what, let's open it up. Let me go through. I've been just, rolling off the chart. I haven't even looked at the chat. Let me go through here. Yeah. Yes, I do think Cardano is under 20 cents. Yep. Hey, what's going on, Eric? Yes, fetch, retest for sure. Drift Guruji. Can I explain a little bit about the type 1 and 2? Let's circle back there. Folks, the place to learn about that is to get over to Harmonic Trader. And I will pop it up on volume 3. So there's volume 3. That's the book you want to get to. If you don't know about type 1 and type 2, look at the volume 3 book. Okay, and it's towards the back. I think, what is it, 220? Let me see here. Yeah, there it is. 200 area. Type 1, bang. Type 2. Where is it? There you go. The 1 and 2. Where we look for reaction to target 1 on the first move and then go to target 2. I'm trying to find out where is that? Maybe it's a little further back. Oh yeah, here we go. Okay. It's more like page 300, not 200, folks. But check out those illustrations, study them, use the software. And I've said this a lot, where take the free trial, take the 2 weeks, and just absorb. Follow the stuff that I've been saying. Go back, review prior sessions of type 1 reactions, especially. Because I think the reactions are easier to detect. But understand that we're just going to target. And that's just the way the larger framework of patterns unfold. It looks like that. I mean, it's a rather complicated illustration, but generally, we're quite demanding of how this stuff should respond. And we see that, look, you see that with the major patterns on the markets. Let's circle back here. Couple more. Yeah, I'll look at a couple more, you guys. individual ones. Let's go rec law. You want to look at British pound? You know, I haven't looked at currencies in a while. Let's start with pound dollar before we go pound yen. And there was a lot of weekly stuff, monthly stuff that this did. I find this was, hold on. Let's get the right chart. There you go. A lot of the inflection reactive action from this year is almost over. Something like that. Check out, I wanted to bring this up. I do need to spend a lot more time on currencies because the rally that started really, beginning of the year or so, almost over because it's a type 1. And isn't this interesting where a lot of these are hitting type 1 or they're in the process of completing type 1s across the board? And I would look for that to roll over. Maybe we spend a little more time next week on that on Tuesday. But be aware of it. And again, there's the daily on British pound, and it's probably not much different from the yen pair. There's a type 2 crab. Let's look at pound yen for you. Pound yen. That's actually a pretty good pair to trade, by the way, because that thing does move. A lot of currencies tend to not move. But there you go. Daily, massive, deep crab. And this is a great one. I'm glad you brought this up. Do you have the software? RecLaw, do you have the software? Because I think you do. If you're catching this. We just got the yellow dot on that 2 days ago. And you're likely into a type 1 correction already. 174.75 should be it. Why not? I like that. I do like that. And then, of course, we could look dollar index because, look, dollar index had a bunch of things last time we looked at it. Yeah, a couple bullish patterns down here. There you go. Another reason why we're seeing the market come off. Alternate bat, a little butterfly. This could get a little reactive here. And if we see it pop to 105.89, don't be surprised. That's why the market's coming off right now, folks. You got dollar index popping. Great, great. Let me know. Let me know if you see anything else, RecLaw. But that's a great, your British pound yen pair, perfect. Thanks for bringing it up. What's up, Jax? Jax wants to look at Clean Spark. Clean Spark was on its way for a type 2 return, got rejected. And now we're back down to target. That's a tough one. We were looking for this. We were looking for the full retest to 7. And just really difficult. 690, 688. It's still a type 1. What I suspect for Clean Spark, give me a yellow dot down here. And you're still one green bar away from even getting that dot. I really be patient on that. Maybe we first looked at 536. Did a pop and just rolled right back down. I need to see a yellow dot. A check back dot. This dot, it's really off of there. Between target 1, target 2. Patience on that. Like I said, with Bitcoin doing what it's doing, or what it did, the environment for this needs to come back even more. I said this about something I started tracking like 6 weeks ago, Overstock, because it really started to come off the long-term base. Looks like this. There you go. There it is. Well, look at that monthly chart. That's amazing. Overstock monthly chart, folks. Look at that type 2 crab. But one of the reasons why I was looking or starting to look at overstock, because we printed some yellow dots down here on the weekly. It is a type 2. Check this out. Pretty interesting. I mean, you do have some things there. You know, it retested that XA level at $19, $20. Big move, come right back down. Now, start to look at this. Why? It's a shark to 5-0. So overstock, interesting. It was a shark. We looked at that shark and we're saying, let it come back into 25. You're 24 now. You have a yellow dot. You're trying to reverse. That's pretty interesting, but still early. Again, a lot of these are still early. They're early because even when you're looking at amplified RSI or even HSI again here, they're just now trying to pop out of the zone. Let's really keep a test. Just patience. Big patience. Again, I think it's a time where your patience is going to be tested. And we really need patience. Some days you might not do anything at all, and that's probably a good thing. I mean, I personally think, like, if you're not finding opportunities one day a week and you don't pull the trigger, you're probably doing the right thing. So be patient with it. Most people will tell you, we get paid to wait. We get paid to wait, and I think that's the takeaway on crypto. A few more, and then I'm out. Oh, you guys wanted to look at gold. Again, I like crypto in a lot of these. I'm going to keep it real simple. We're going to wait for target. We're going to wait for return completion. Here's gold. Daily futures. Okay. Coming off a rather big bearish pattern. Shark at the top. Perfectly at the tops. But where is the ideal thing? Ideal target 1, 1833. It's taking its time, but we'll get there. So gold, let's relax on that one. I like gold super long term, but it's another one where you could say, hey, I'm forever a gold bug. But at what price? People, since day one I was in this industry, people always said, gold's going to 5,000. Well, a lot of those people that told me that in the early 90s, or when gold was 3,000 or 300, and they're like, it's going to 3,000 someday. Well, we're 30 years after the fact. We're still not at 3,000, although you're well on your way. Hasn't gotten there yet. And some of those people are no longer around. So it's all about the price. Dictate your level. I'm not going to change. 1830, 1816, something like that. One or two more. Guys, nat gas. I think I've been pretty clear that that's a sideways drag for a while. Until my inside people get to me and say, yeah, conditions have changed. There's a glut of natural gas here. They just can't get it to Europe. Oh boy, look, we just printed a bat pattern. Bearish bat pattern at $293. We probably spend the rest of the year between, $250 and $3. Not there. And we did have things. We have big patterns on UNG, which is our favorite. But weekly. Okay. Nothing, no development. And this could take a long time. What is that? I mean, amazingly, it's a type 1 crab, back to back, all the way back down for a 2. But I need to see some serious development. Check out your indicators. Not there yet. Not there. I'm always going to watch nat gas because of my experience on the floor in New York some 20, 25 years ago of really a good one of my best friends, I guess, really gave me the opportunity of a lifetime to watch live pit trading when there still was, and then run harmonics and watch it side by side in the pit. And for this, we don't have the signals yet, and I don't think anything really changes until we get that something to dramatically turn around. We're going to need at least one more trigger, one more retest. I think back around 250. Yeah, there's a daily on UNG. First one we've seen in a few months, but your big numbers are under 680, under 7. Okay, it's a big butterfly, but I think it's early. Maybe if we had a yellow dot, maybe that generates in next week. We'll start looking. Yeah, it's a beautiful, beautiful pattern. I don't know why I clicked on Tesla. I just hit that randomly. But here's Tesla. I don't know why. I'm maybe the spirits are guiding me. It's a type 1, but we don't have a yellow dot. Huge move. 2 or 3 days ago, huge move. We're spitting it right back down. It's still 223. Give me a yellow dot, please. Give me the yellow dot. I want to see that. So if you had questions even about that, I'd have to say wait and patience on it. And here's one more for you. Shopify. It's at target. Okay, all the way down here, target 1 off of the deep crab itself. Yellow dot. Okay, I'm watching it. That's a better one than I've seen in a lot of these that hit target 1, but I don't have a heck of a lot. A little deep crab on the 4-hour, but look, we're printing HSIs here, bearish. What does that mean? And it's important because this little gyration that we experienced from Friday of last week at the low up until yesterday, or really Tuesday at the close, is truly expressed by HSI on the 4-hour. And you went from that pivot to being from overbought to oversold in a very short period of time. And that's the key with HSI. Again, HSI's proprietary indicator tool, think of it as like harmonic relative strength. And we looked from it to go to point, and now we're overbought again. That something like Shopify, what does that counter trend signal means? More time back in the zone 53 or lower until we get another signal. It's the harmonic pause. Absolutely, Eric. Yeah, no, it is. Look, we have talked about the harmonic pause. I mentioned it last week. All right, that's what we have been in for over a month, and we will continue to do so. And until we get those overwhelming bullish patterns confirmation, we respect it. Any rally is reactive. Any downside move is more likely consolidation or continuation than anything else. That has not changed. It will not change until we get through this, and I think it's probably another month. Another month. All right, one more. First person to type in gold V3. We will give you a gold book, a gold membership to get to the seminar, and a volume 3. That volume 3 that you saw, everyone can get it for free, but the physical book is right here at over at harmonictrader.com. That's for you last guys. There you go. Hitesh Sharma. Gold NV3. That's what I need to see. Sorry, Rec Law. Sorry, man. Rec Law, contact me, okay? Rec Law, if you bought the software, you should have got access to gold for 30 days. So contact me. If you're not set up with that gold, I'll set you up. But Hitesh Sharma, you win the book and the gold, and I hope to see you at our option seminar on the 14th. Everyone else will come on back, and I'll reach out to you. Anybody that needs to get in touch with me, please, over on the Discord's the place to do it. Or if for some reason you're having problems, send me an email, harmonictrader@gmail.com. Okay. Hey, Samuel, I did see your note. I'll get back to you on Discord later today. Great, everybody. Great session. Thanks again. Come on back on Tuesday. Until then, hang tough. We'll see you 12 noon on Tuesday. Peace, everybody. Go get them.